Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my videos. Today we are going to put the chopper together for the last and final time before it goes away to have the battery bracket welded into the frame so it doesn't jump around and catch fire and probably blow my balls up. What we're going to do today is actually strip the bike down again, even though I've built it a few times. So I actually stripped it down and trucked it that up, didn't I? So I actually stripped it down and repainted it with this paint here called Truck Bed Liner. It's basically a textured finish. It goes on super easy. If you've never painted before, it's literally one of the easiest things I've ever used to paint. It was about £12 I think on eBay, and literally the process of painting is you probably normally when you paint you're about 6 inches away, 6 to 8 inches. This you want to be about 8 inches to 10-12 inches maybe. Obviously if you don't know what 12 inches is, ask your wife or your girlfriend. I'm sure she'll be able to tell you from previous experience. So so it's basically a textured finish, almost like a sandpapery type thing, I suppose. I'll show you. It's almost like a sandpaper. I think it looks really cool, quite menacing and mean. Keep banging my f***ing head. So let's put that back, hopefully where it was. Yeah, so super easy to paint, and I think it looks really cool. I did paint it like a satin black before, but it was it scratched so easy. It started to look a bit tacky and a bit cheap straight away. So what we're going to do today is basically put everything back together. It shouldn't be too difficult. Why I've been not making videos for you guys, I've been tinkering with certain things, so I've actually painted the tank as well, and this is that textured colour as well. Yeah, so I was kind of racking my brain how to fit this tank on without it falling off every 2 minutes, plus obviously I had to try and work out a way to get this controller on. After trialling a few different things, I ended up coming up with a magnet style bracket. It's not called a bracket, is it? Just a magnet. It just connects the controller to the tank. Goes on there, and really is not going to go anywhere. Once the tank's on the frame anyway, you've got the frame sits on it anyway, so it's not going to go anywhere. We're just making sure it doesn't move about. My second issue was it was sitting a little bit too high on the frame, so I've cut this out with a Dremel. Never used a Dremel before. Really impressed with it. Actually want one now. Added that to my Christmas list. Yeah, so it obviously sits on the frame a lot neater, not so high. And then the other issue was, how do we fit the tank to said frame? I was kind of coming up with a few different ideas and trying to work out what to do. I had a few L brackets. So basically on the side of this frame there's a couple of bolts. I had a couple of L brackets coming off of that, and they were connected to some magnets that were stuck to the tank. It kind of worked a little bit, but it wasn't great. My mind's racing and working out what to do. In the meantime, I did buy this from eBay, which is basically a motorbike petrol tank cap. So I was thinking, well, I've got to get that on there anyway. So we're going to have to stick that to the tank and then the tank to the bike. You know, that might be killed two birds with one stone. So I end up drilling a hole into the tank cap, and then a hole line, obviously measured it out correctly, because you know that's what you should do. Hole dead center of the tank where it sits. It goes through this hole like so. I've got like a rubber sheath over the screw, so I protect my wiring harness, so we don't sort of nick any wires, because we don't want to do that. So it basically comes through there into the frame, and it sits there nice and tight. So it's actually worked out really well. Did take a little bit of getting used to and racking my brains how we're going to do it, but it turned out really well and looks really cool once it's on, which you will see at some point today. I am going to try and make this video in the world's smallest shed, trying not to bang my head every 2 minutes, which I know I'm going to do. It's just inevitable. I think that's how you say it. I also fitted a foam bracket to the frame, the handlebars. So I've actually downloaded an app, like a Speedo app, So it's a retro speedo, so it looks quite cool set on there. The only thing I'm disappointed about this bike so far is the handlebars are a little bit pitted. I would like to have them painted black, which will happen in the near future, I do believe. So I'm going to crack on with this. You're going to watch me try not to kill myself, and I'll try not to talk too much. I've actually come up with these. I bought 4 of these from eBay, and I'm taking it to the garage at some point tomorrow, hopefully, or Saturday, and they're going to weld up a bracket to hold the battery. It's going to sit in there like so, because it's a big old battery. It's like 48 volt, 1000 watt. It's like the size of an Xbox 360. Yeah?
Do you want breakfast?
After my wife rudely interrupted me, I'm talking about breakfast and Xboxes. Let's get this going, shall we? And I'll talk you through it as I go. So this isn't as fun as working up there on my desk, because obviously I'm on my knees, and I'm getting a little bit old now. I'll be 40 in a couple of weeks' time. It's probably not the best thing I've ever decided to do, work on the floor. Right, so we're going to start off by putting the pedal assist onto the bike. I don't ever plan on using the pedal assist, but I think I should have it on there for legal reasons. Don't want to be breaking any laws, do we? It's easy enough to fit on. I watched a few videos on it and how to do it, and everything come back pretty much the same. Basically what you need to do is loosen this bolt, which I did do. Yeah, so I did do that. Take this off. So we need to fit this onto here, and then basically this goes back on the top. I presume you do it so this is facing the frame, this is facing the outside. Basically we want to run it up there, so we have it there. Let's put that back on, like so. And then you want to have that as tight as you can, and then I'm going to get some grips and just nip it. That should do. And then basically what you want to do is have this, this basically slides over there. It has got arrows on it, so you need to be keeping an eye on which way you're doing it. So basically as this stands now, this is backwards, and that is the right way because the arrows are pointing that way. So that goes on like so. I did watch a video and they did say if it does start to not work properly, you can sort of almost manipulate this bracket here into the disc, just so it reads it a little bit better. I think all that happens is you've got loads of little metal connections here, and the magnet picks them up and it tells you when you actually need the pedal assist. So we're going to put the pedal back on. It doesn't particularly matter which way it goes on at this point, as long as the other side lines up. Let's get this wire out of the way. That should be this one, and nip that up tight. Right, so I've just gone and got my little GoPro because I'm sick of moving this camera up and down as much as I am, and a cup of tea. Obviously if you've watched my previous videos, nothing really gets done without a cup of tea. Oh. And the fact it's freezing cold again, so it's the only warmth we kind of have out here. So I'm going to try and work on this and show you guys what I'm doing. It might work, it might not. Hopefully it does, because obviously this could be quite interesting for somebody that wants to do their own build. Or it might just be really boring for people watching it and thinking they've got no interest in electric bikes. This dude seems like a bit of a dick. What's he going on about? Can't understand him. You know. Who knows? Who cares? I don't really care. So we've just put the pedals on. They seem to be not falling off, which is quite cool. Shall I push record on this? My shed does look a bit of a mess, doesn't it? With this bike we're only going to have one brake system, which is quite scary actually, because from what I can gather these things can go up to about 35 miles an hour. So we have to make sure the brakes are okay really. I don't really plan on going 35 miles an hour. If I want to do that, I'll just jump in the car and it's a bit safer. So we've put that on. I've talked to you about the petrol tank. Petrol tank, what would you call a petrol tank on an electric bike? Something in the comments would be quite handy. I mean, I can call that a tank, a juice tank, electric tank. Yeah, maybe. So the controller's fairly simple. This is going to be your battery, these are going to be your wheels. I think that is your hall sensor, one with all the funky colours on it. There are your brakes, and I think you have your brakes. Throttle will be that one, I do believe. And then I think the other one will be your hall sensor, and there's still one which I don't know what it is, but we will get there and we will find out what it is. Another mouthful of tea and we will get on with it. I'll stop rambling. So I've set the GoPro to camera mode, so I took one picture of, there's a fly in here. So I've taken one picture when I wanted to take a video. So that was clever. You wouldn't think I was a filmmaker, would you? Alright, let's go with flow. Ooh. Should have thought about this really. There's a bit of a mess in here. Don't like mess. I'm a f***ing nightmare. Walking disaster, I think they call it. Better get rid of this fly. Steer my head in. What can I use to shoo a fly? Best thing to get rid of a fly, a monkey wrench. He'll be back. What am I doing first? I think we should... Ouch, bang my head again. Ouch, bang my head again. Oh, bang my head again. No, so this is the... Fuck's sake, Russ. Calm down. Getting too excited. What we're going to do is cut this off and we're going to connect. Move that out of the way. We are going to connect it to this. This comes with the battery. So basically I ordered this battery. I will show you it in a minute because it's massive and quite impressive. It cost me £280 on eBay. They sent me this end goes on the battery, this end goes on the controller. Quite simple really. So all I need to do is cut this off of the controller, which obviously voids the warranty. Yeah, I'm going nowhere fast here. It's 1:30. I've been p***ing about for about an hour. My tea's gone cold. The camera's playing up a little bit, and I keep banging my f***ing head on that. Connect your GoPro. Russell North without a space. Must have been busy that day. Too busy to put a space in between the L and the N. Beeped 5 times. I think on a GoPro beeping 5 times means it's done what you want it to do. Right, we're going to record you. Starting to record. That's already recording. Let's go. Right, so what we're going to start off with cutting off the black and the red. Jesus, they are thick wires. Right, so that's my warranty. But we're not going to worry about that just yet.